Brewing tensions over Trump's tough trade policies. Tariffs imposed on imported steel and aluminium are creating waves in the international trade arena.
It was clear to the American administration all along that if they were to impose tariffs on aluminium and steel, we would consider them as illegal and not in compliance with WTO, and there would be consequences.
The EU, in retaliation, has raised duties on US motorcycles exported to Europe. It's a move that's costing the country dearly. Trump's feathers are seemingly ruffled.
European Union, last year, trade imbalance. We had a deficit of $151 billion. They send us Mercedes. They send us, by the millions, the BMWs, cars by the millions. We send them a bushel of corn and they reject it. They have a barrier. They don't want our corn because they have their farmers. Okay, I understand. But, you know, if you don't want our agricultural product, we don't want your cars.
This week, Harley-Davidson announced plans to shift some of its production overseas, a move that was met with fury from Trump. He even threatened the motorbike manufacturer with higher taxes. Canada, meanwhile, has hit back at Trump's administration. The country has vowed to impose punitive measures on American goods until Washington relents. The tariffs come into effect on Sunday.
I cannot emphasize enough the regret with which we take these countermeasures. We are acting very much in sorrow, not in anger.
Trump has confidently declared trade wars good and easy to win, but it could spell his political undoing.
Here's a reminder of our top stories. A high-ranking ANC official is fingered in the VBS investment scandal. And some of Cape Town's most vulnerable citizens take to the streets to raise awareness about the violence they face on a daily basis. After the break, your weather, and then this. Art you can take home with you. This year's Basha Uhuru Freedom Festival is taking place.
Good evening, everyone. South Africans can brace themselves for the coldest weather of this winter so far, as a strong cold front will be making landfall tomorrow over the Cape provinces. That's going to bring very wet weather to some parts, including around the peninsula. And by evening, snow will start settling in on the high ground of the Western and Northern Cape. And that system won't be done just yet, as it is going to be passing across the country in the coming days, and icy weather will be spreading across the region as well. Let's take a look at tomorrow's detailed forecast. And in the Northern Cape, it will be a relatively sunny and warm day with windy weather for much of the province, but later on cold and wet weather starts to settle in, especially over the western parts, and Sutherland could even have snow before midnight. We're going to have wet weather for many areas in the Western Cape from earlier on in the day already toward the southwest coast, and that wet weather will spread towards the south coast later on. Ahead of the front, it stays warm and dry in the Eastern Cape with berg winds over this province, pushing temperatures into the upper 20s closer to the coastline. And it's going to be a sunny, settled Sunday over KwaZulu-Natal, where temperatures will once again reach the mid-20s. More of the same for Mpumalanga, where it is going to be a cold morning on the Highveld, as some areas get to or even below freezing point overnight. And it won't be that cold into Limpopo. A fantastic afternoon in the province, as many areas get above the 25-degree mark, in particular for the Lowveld. In the northwest, staying clear and dry for this region. Chilly at first, but warming up quickly. And it won't be too bad in the Free State either, where even Bethlehem manages a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius. Let's take a look at Gauteng, where it stays somewhat warmer than what is normal for this time of the year, with Johannesburg climbing to a high of 23 degrees. But this is going to change over the next few days. Heading into Monday, the cold front will sweep into the central parts. Temperatures in the single digits for parts of the western interior. Sutherland with a high of only 1 degree on Monday afternoon, and snow expected, and icy showers are likely for both Cape Town and George. By Tuesday, the front will have spread low temperatures towards Limpopo and Gauteng. It's going to be a dry afternoon across the country, but minimum temperatures will be well below freezing across the interior.
And the Basha Uhuru Freedom Festival returns for a 6th year this weekend at Constitution Hill. In Youth Month, the arts event commemorates the class of '76 who sacrificed their lives for our freedom. Talented young people showcase contemporary art, design, film and music. Ditiro Selefe attended the opening.
A festival that celebrates Youth Month through music, film, art and design. The Basha Uhuru Freedom Festival, in collaboration with the Department of Arts and Culture, kicked off its 6th annual event at Constitution Hill. Showcasing work was renowned photographer Jody Bieber. Her exhibition, #I, is a contemporary art poster show in collaboration with 45 young Joburgers. And guess what? You can take the poster home.
They wanted to create a new narrative, a new conversation that people can connect on every form and level, and also to create their own stories. So not to delve in the past, but move forward.
Another artist showcasing his work is Lutumo Matsabuga. He says his work is influenced by his upbringing and his love for graffiti.
Telling my story, I'm documenting my reality. You know what I mean? I'm from a township, and me moving to Johannesburg, I was blown away by graffiti. So if you could see in my work, there's a lot of graffiti influence in the street, and I try to use images that influence me.
The Basha Uhuru Festival will end with a live concert featuring popular artists Black Motion, Show Machozi, and many more. Ditiro Selefe, Johannesburg.
Here's a reminder of our top stories before we go. A high-ranking ANC official is fingered in the VBS investment scandal. Some of Cape Town's most vulnerable citizens take to the streets to raise awareness about the violence they face on a daily basis. Well, that's it from me and the rest of the team. Until next time, good night.